Hi guys, Sparky Sparkle was out again all night last night. You can see the results of that. When he comes home, he's always like this, and he's usually soaking wet. We've got no idea where he goes all night. He just disappears. I think maybe he's a swimming instructor. I don't know. He's a crazy boy, that's for sure. He'll sleep now till tea time, till it's time to fill that big fat belly. To give me a bit of peace today for once. Thank heavens. We've had a bit of a problem with Bruiser. Bruiser's been at the vets. They don't know what's wrong with him, but he's exhibiting symptoms that are almost exactly the same as Mr. Chops. And we know where that ended up. The vet seems to think that perhaps he's having a FIP relapse. And they sent him home. He was eating. He was eating okay this morning, and they sent us a video of him having his breakfast. I'll probably put that on this video. I'll also put a photograph of Bruiser so that you guys know who I'm talking about, because it's difficult for you to keep up with all of these fellas. I know it is. It is for us. So I had to make a decision this morning. I had to make a decision between everything being sunshine, light, rainbows and unicorns, or the truth. And I've plumped for the truth, because it would be very, very difficult for me to do otherwise and sleep at night. So, basically, lots of our cats are getting sick. They're getting old, and they're getting sick because they're getting old. We came to live here about 12 years ago, and we brought a lot of cats with us when we came. We used to live in an apartment complex, and people were threatening to harm the stray cats who were hanging around that apartment complex. So what we did was we left, and when we left, we took as many of the stray cats with us as we possibly could. Most of them stuck around, but some of them left within a day or two, and I'm pretty sure that some of them actually managed to get their way all the way back to where they came from, because cats can do that. It's quite a long way away. It's about 25 miles away. What's that in kilometres? About 40 kilometres, something like that. And that's no problem for a cat to navigate that way, all that way back. But the bottom line is that most of our cats are stray cats, rescue cats. They've had bad starts in life. Minnie was a tiny kitten. The black and white one there was a very tiny kitten when we found her and her brother Boo Boo. Her brother Gizmo. Boo Boo was another, but they grew up together, the three of them. He was from another litter. So what we've found over the last almost 20 years is that these stray cats don't live very long. If they get to 10, they're doing pretty well. In the absolute feral condition, they don't live long at all. They get very sick very quickly. They don't eat well. They scavenge, and the cats on colonies, the outlook for them isn't great. So the fellas here, a lot of them are 12. A lot of them are 12 years of age. Bruiser was an indigenous cat. He comes from this area, and basically he's a feral cat who lives with us. When Tina brought him home today, he's just run away. She opened the box to let him out, hoping to give him a treat and show him some love, and he's run away. He'll come back. I'm sure he'll come back. but he's not a happy camper at the moment. So the guys that we're worried about currently, the primary cause for concern is Bruiser. The FIP relapse, if that's the case, Tina's decided that what she's going to do is put him back on the tablets, on the GS, and see where that goes. And in 2 weeks' time, he's going to have all of the tests redone to see if it's made any difference. But if it's not that, there's every chance it's lymphoma. It's the same deal as what happened to Mr. Chops. If you're new to the channel, apologies for me assuming knowledge. Just go back and watch some of the videos, please, and they're self-explanatory. Everyone's kind of self-explanatory. But we've also got Jojo. Jojo's losing weight at such an alarming rate. It's worrying me to death. Jojo's 12, coming up 12 years of age. I mean, literally, he's thinner than he was yesterday. He's eating well, but he's not maintaining his weight. It's not. He's sick. He's just sick. Also, we've got a cat called Mr. Marengo, and I'm worried about him because he's not behaving. He's not acting the way he used to. He's weak. He's not eating enough. He had FIP and he's been through the treatment. I don't know whether we're actually starting to see the long-term results of the treatment for FIP. It saves their life initially, but maybe we're just starting to see, as I say, what happens in the longer term, a result of the GS treatment. I don't know. I really don't know. It's all speculation, conjecture. But Stefan also, what I've discovered is that when they start to go downhill, and they can go downhill very rapidly if you know anything about cats, you can start to feel every individual bone in their spine. Now that can be just a general sign of old age too. The distribution of their weight gets different. But it certainly happened to Mr. Chops, that you could feel every individual bone. He was like a xylophone in the end. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough on us when the animals start to go downhill. Lily's very old too, but she's doing pretty well for a wobbly cat. So what's happened recently as well is Tina's found a way to help support the animals, the cats, all of the cats here. I don't know how many we have. I haven't done a count recently. It's a lot though. She's kind of working night and day. Here in Cyprus, employment for immigrants is generally seasonal and generally menial. Pretty much the good jobs are kept for the local people, which is something that I applaud, actually. I think if other countries behaved in that way, particularly my own, everyone would be much better off in their outlook and their physical and mental well-being. But I digress. That's just a personal thought. All of these guys are really worrying, and it takes an awful lot of time and an awful lot of money to look after them. Tina's got a job now. The holiday season has just started, so she's started working mainly nights, and in the day she conducts an awful lot of fundraising events, which, although the events in themselves only take a few hours to complete, the preparation for those events takes days and days. So I'm a bit worried about her at the moment because she's not getting enough sleep. She's getting like 3 hours sleep a day, and it's just not enough. Not enough for anyone. We've been surviving pretty much because of the generosity of you guys. The generosity and kindness of complete strangers. You know who you are. The guys who help us. You all know who you are. You'll be the guys who are still watching and trying to help us out in that way. Because the plan was to try and monetize this YouTube channel and help us out in that way so that we didn't have to keep asking people to help us out. But that hasn't gone very well for one reason or another. I'm not entirely sure why exactly. But that's the way it is. It's coming up to the 3-year anniversary of the channel. I think it's the 11th of May. It will be 3 years that I've been running this channel. And really we haven't made too much impact on the YouTube world. Heaven knows how many videos I've produced and uploaded. Some of them get views, some of them don't get any views at all. But I've kept trying to leave some kind of legacy for the cats, because a monetized YouTube channel is a very useful thing to have in your back pocket. But it's so far it's not to be. Anyway, guys, I've waffled on enough, and I've got things to do. If you made it this far, thank you very much indeed for watching. We'll say a little prayer for Bruiser, and particularly Jojo. Mr. Marengo's not great either. Stefan, there's a lot of them that are really starting to feel the rage, a bit like my old self. Cheers, guys. Bye.